Welcome back, Bobcats. See, I was a little more energetic than I usually. You know why? Well, tell them why. Tell them.
It's Ohio versus Miami.
Yeah, that's right. Tell them why.
Battle for the bricks. That's time. Yeah.
Ready to do it. But here we are. Big game tonight. Obviously, got a decent crowd here. Someone even dressed up. You know, this is not a business meeting. This is a business meeting. This isn't a game. This is a business meeting. But first off, let's get some good luck going tonight. I'm going to start with a prayer to Reverend Dr. Jeff Kuhn, first of his name, founder of the esports arena. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Silence for the prayer, please. Thank you. Dear Reverend Dr. Jeff Kuhn, first of his name, please bless this Battle of the Bricks so that it'll be fun and worthy of what we are about to watch here tonight. Be a good game, and for the Bobcats come on top.
Roll Bobbies.
Roll Bob. Let's do this.
All right.
Well, let's go through what we got before this game starts. We're a little late getting the stream started. If anybody notices that, little things going on here. Not our fault. Not the back of the house fault.
We were waiting. We were ready. Got a couple things important coming up right there. Of course, standings. OU not undefeated anymore, losing to Ball State last week. It is now Miami up top. Ball State and Miami tied. Ohio playing spoiler for number 1 tonight. Should be a fun game. We are seeing a couple switches in the lobby. Not that I'm supposed to talk about that yet, but we could see an exciting setup from Miami here. But first, a couple quick housekeeping notes. Tomorrow, we do have a League of Legends stream against the exact quote from the person I asked was Western Michigan. So we'll think it's that. For now, Western Michigan.
Usually I just go one of the Michigans, and you got a chance to be right.
3
in our league.
Oh, there's 3. Okay, so 1 and 3. I should get one right eventually. We also the league also has their Battle of the Bricks this weekend, Saturday at 8. I don't believe that's going to be streamed from RPOV. TBD on that. Keep an eye. Maybe we are. I don't know. We'll figure that out when it gets closer to time. But kind of important, I believe it's already been announced. Well, we had a quick little chat about it. March 16th and 17th, Esports Ohio Central and Southeastern high schools will compete in their regionals in the Ohio Esports Arena. Couple games involved with that: Overwatch, Fortnite, Rocket League, Valorant, Smash. I might be forgetting one, but that's the whole list I have written down. So, nice to see those high school collegiate teams kind of battle it out.
Got to start with the youth game.
Start with the youth. Now, we are seeing a couple fun things happen in the lobby right now.
Let me switch. Let me check it out too.
Yeah, so of course we're seeing that up on screen right now. The team's ready. There's someone very interesting on the side of Miami. If you're new to Overwatch, or you're new to Overwatch in the past 3 years,
or you just never watched Overwatch League like me.
That's true. I mean, well, it's done now. But, there was a guy who was part of it, and he's part of Miami's team.
Bless it.
He is not...
Reverend Dr. Jeff Kuhn, first of name. Please bless the Overwatch League. Thank you.
Okay.
Do it real quick. We are getting into the maps. Let's get it.
We do see Fozix on the side of Miami, former Washington Justice player. I say that. I'm going to be honest. I don't think he played a single game for them. Not doubting him at all, but he was on the roster.
Hey, man, you can't diss a man from still making the league.
Nah, he made the league.
To quote one of the greats, Brian Scalabrine,
I'm
closer to Michael Jordan than you are to me, all right? There's a reason Miami's a good team here. There's a reason Miami is tied for first tonight. They're a good team. They have good players. OU's going to have to come out ready to play and play well. And they lost once against Ball State, also tied for first. Hopefully they learned what they need to do to compete against these higher seeded teams in the league, and hopefully they're going to be able to execute and get a couple W's.
Yeah, there's certainly been a lot of learning on the sides of both of these teams about each other. Of course, most of these guys play in ranked games all the time against each other, ping, region, all that kind of stuff. I know Bonesaw rivalry's a thing. I believe Pooter Scooter is also a little bit of a rivalry for a couple players, and I know Kabunga also ends up in some games.
Sorry, I just heard his name.
I have no idea how to say it. We're going to say it's that. But yeah, so we've seen a lot of these guys kind of trash-talking games throughout the past couple comp seasons, and now they get to fight it out on the stage. And Fozix here playing Moira, and of course, it does look like Miami ends up getting the better of OU early on, just kind of overwhelms and picks off a couple players early on. Bonesaw doing what he needs to do, and Kabunga just kind of boosting him around. So, you know, quick little take from Miami there. But good news for Ohio. They're only going to get probably about 30% out of this at a minimum if they win this next fight. So Ohio's got to be aggressive, and they got to push through here.
Yeah, I think that last fight was just a couple good individual plays. Fozix there, being able to use the fade right away before Crazy Man G could get the boop off on him off the edge. That was kind of crucial. He kept his team in the fight. A hack going on. Crazy Man G is ready. And the immediate switch to him right there. But we see the switch to Diva right now, trying to give his team just a little bit more cover with the defense matrix. Again, he goes down, but Pooter Scooter going down right there. LeBron James down as well. But that's a tank for a support. That isn't a trade they're ready to go for, but Crazy Man G lost his mech. Now we're kind of back to square one. Baby Diva is still a thing. Akusora looking to try to spawn camp Pooter Scooter here.
He's certainly trying, and it doesn't look like he'll quite be able to, and Fresco does get got by the Kabunga on the other side, but he also gets Kabunga in retaliation. Fozix, though, using that ultimate, just kind of zone OU out of any fight potential here.
That could be very low if he could commit to it.
Oh, Pooter Scooter does not go down to Akusora. He does, in fact, take out the Tracer. Fozix keeping most of his team alive right there. Kind of help, mostly, I would say, honestly, carrying Miami through these first couple fights. It's been a lot of good plays from him. And Ohio just kind of has to shut that down on the side of the heels from Miami.
Trying to go for the Sombra that's been given a lot of hassle to this OU team. Kitsune Rush on going on there. Lucio ult on as well for the team. A lot of ultimates going down. Pooter Scooter getting Dexter Pittman, the first support to go down this fight. Ultimate coming out as well for Pooter Scooter on there. Winston trying to get this team off his point. It looks like they're doing so. Ohio University looks like to retreat. Losing Akusora and Dexter Pittman during the fight. Unable to really get a whole lot. I think that fight kind of started and ended with the attack on the Sombra and the miss attack on the Sombra. Not being able to finish at a limb at the start of the fight, I think, crucial.
I would certainly say that it kind of just kept them behind through the rest of that whole fight right there. And, of course, OU was already down one player. And we see a set play come out from Miami. When those come out, you know, what happens, happens. Akusora might be able to... Nope, unfortunately not able to touch point. I'm going to be honest. I think it was probably better that he didn't stall that. Just, you know, like, regroup. Give your team a minute. Let them cook. Let them cook. Gather yourselves after that. There was a lot of interesting things that came out from Miami right there. Notably, Miami, most of this year, has been running anti-ball comp, anti-Sigma comps. They're a very flexible team in that. And it just so happens that a lot of what they've been playing plays against a lot of Ohio's weaknesses. It's just one of those things that they've worked on. It looks like we did see the fruits of that in first map, but Ohio certainly has a couple set plays prepped for this specific part of Lijiang. I do know that, and it'll be interesting to see if they bring one or two of those out.
Hopefully they're able to commit on those set plays. I think in that first point, really, we just saw a lot of them playing to the pace of
Akusora picking off Winter immediately. Crazy Man G continuing the aggression, pushing them back. Just don't allow them forward. This will at least allow Ohio to capture first point and maybe get about 25% off of it at a minimum.
Miami going for that quick regroup after losing Winter so early into the fight. Probably more tactical. They're going to lose probably less percentage than they would. Immediately already contesting the point again. Making their way onto point. Pooter Scooter trying to do what he can do. Dive on the soldier and able to go down. Fresco going down as well. Akusora getting a lot of pressure on him. A lot of team play from Miami right now as they're all kind of moving in one singular unit. Moira able to go down real low, but uses the fade to get away and unable to finish that elimination. We have Baptiste Immortality going on, and Crazy Man G able to keep him alive right in the middle of this fight. But he's real low, and I don't believe he'll stay alive a lot right there. Winter switching to the Sombra, which dealt a lot of damage in that first point, as we saw. But LeBron James and Dexter Pittman go down. Both supports down for OU. Point is flipped. I think we're going to see a little bit of a tactical retreat and regroup for OU right here.
Yeah, notably, I'm not positive if Fozix has died yet. One of those things that you're going to get with a former pro is just the positional awareness and awareness of what's going on around him. He's been able to get out of any bad situation that's come across for him. He's been down really low a couple times.
We have to watch out for the Sombra at the back right here. She's using her invisibility to get around to them, but it looks like they kind of transfer their way out before she can do any major damage. Window, it does get used. It's not getting a whole lot. We do see the Sombra. Akusora is able to go for it right there. Fozix using the ultimate right there. 3 ultimates coming out for Miami University right here. More ults coming out. That was a big... Fresco's able to get Bonesaw before that ultimate fully commits, and the Death Blossom does get canceled, and Ohio University is able to win that fight loaded with ultimates, keeping 2 for themselves, too.
Yeah, there was a little double up there from the side of Ohio that they probably didn't want to see. They probably wanted to save that LeBron James ultimate, but you know what? Miami used everything they had on the board. Ohio's got 2 things right now, and we did see Akusora go down there. I did not notice if that was an early pick. We'll see what happens here. Looks like Ohio is going to try and keep this up until 48% just to kind of keep the game tied and keep it even. But we are seeing a Death Blossom down from above. Didn't look like Miami was that prepared for it, and there was definitely time for them to know, but Akusora gets Winter early on. Winter seeming to be the weak link on the side of Miami, going down first in a lot of these team fights, and Bonesaw is also, Pooter Scooter is also very low opening up this fight.
Crazy Man G having him retreat to get a health pack allows Miami to flip the point right there in their favor. Ohio University still has been able to contest this the entire time. Fresco and Akusora both go down at relatively the same time. Crazy Man G, LeBron James, and Dexter Pittman all starting to make their way out. Crazy Man G opting to kill himself. Dexter Pittman unable to use any horizontal mobility. He gets chased down by Pooter Scooter.
Yeah, I really like that play from Crazy Man G there. He knew the fight was lost. Everybody else was going to be able to get out. Just don't give them ult. And you know what? In this case, I think that's pretty okay for the side of Ohio. They're pretty close on 3 ultimates here, and Miami's going to have a lot on the board here in a second. You need every bit of advantage you can get.
Yeah, ultimate advantage is definitely to Miami with 4 going on 5 right now. And Ohio University going to have to kind of dry fight this only with 1 ultimate right there. And we see 2 come out from Miami right there. 3 eliminations going down with 93%. This is going to be hard for Ohio University to contest, let alone cap and challenging the overtime. I think we're going to see Miami take the first map this pretty well. I would say I did see improvement in that second point from OU, but obviously not enough.
There was improvement. There was a lot of improvement there. I think they knew what the game called for right there. They started to execute on that. Just so we've got some good things happening in the audience right now. Anyway, yeah, we saw a lot of good execution start to happen there. And, you know, at the end, it was just not enough. I think if you win that first round, that second round is a different story. But, you know, they go again.
Can we not see the stats from that last game? I'd be kind of interested to see that.
So I'm going to be honest. I think Fozix may have only died 1 time. And again, that's one of those things. You're getting a pro on a team and instantly, like, you have positional awareness, you have a coach, you have a lot of things. And that is an advantage. I know the side of Ohio, we have a couple players that have played in the upper echelons, and they've done pretty well. It remains to be seen if that will end up being enough in this game, because I believe by an individual skill level, Ohio is probably past Miami. I don't mean to trash talk.
Well, unfortunately for us, this is not an individual game.
It is not an individual game.
This is a game of a lot of cohesion and teamwork and team comp. It's kind of the whole draw to Overwatch per se, so that's going to have to be something we work on as the positioning unit, as a team. I think a lot of times I saw in that fight, Crazy Man G, obviously they're doing dives, so they're trying to get there. But there'd be a point where there'd be 4 dudes for Ohio at one point, and Crazy Man G would be on the opposite side of the point, no direct line of sight with anybody. And it's just, you know, he's getting melted. It's hard for him to get anywhere and do a lot of, you know, ROI in his positioning there.
Now we do see a little change, or not a change. Excuse me. Sorry.
Map change.
Map change is what I meant. We are goodness. We are going to go to hybrid. We're going to be seeing Blizzard World. I'm pretty sure we saw Blizzard World once earlier this season. I don't remember what game it was in. I know we were undefeated map-wise until very recently, so I'm assuming it was a map win. I don't remember what strategies were played, if it did happen. I know I've seen them scrim on this as well. It's one of those things, you know, we'll have to see how it goes. I do have a kind of fun thing, real quick. So I went ahead, you know, a lot of this team back here, they get hype. They get hype for games. I have the whole list.
Okay. I was wondering.
I asked him what songs they've been bumping the past like week in prep for this, and I got a lot of answers. You know, we got a couple good people back there, and I had a feeling I knew what one of them would say, and I was dead on with it. LeBron James, before I asked any of these questions, I was like instantly, he's gonna pick a Katy Perry song. I know it. I've seen that album going on his computer for the past couple days, and it was indeed TGIF by Katy Perry. So you know, gotta get that pumping. Fresco, of course. Listen to some Megadeth. In fact, he showed me his summary, and it was like all Megadeth for the past week. So you know, he's rocking it. So that's a good switch there, guys. Yeah, Tornado of Soul was his top for the past couple weeks. Of course, we also have Dexter Pittman, the wonderful
Little Boat song?
yeah, Lil Boat. We got Lil
Lil
Yachty,
Boat?
Drive Me Crazy. So, got to get that good stuff going. And then Crazy Man G was listening to some Skinny Ape by Gorillaz. He also had Drive Me Crazy by Lil Yachty on his recently played. Just one of those things. It's infectious.
Lil
Infectious.
Boat.
I know. I did not expect that at all. And then we had Akusora listening to some 11 Finger Paralyzer. Good song. I've listened to it right before this. And then, we got to give the coaches some love. Went ahead and asked them as well. Of course, Coach Muck, Stone Temple Pilots, Plush. Good song. Good dad rock song, I would say. Really good. And then Lando. I'm going to get this wrong, but I'm pretty sure he said it was Leve from the start. So
Is that a hype song?
Just a song.
Okay.
Recent. I didn't ask hype song. I probably should have asked hype song.
That's hype song. You're just like, what song you been listening to the last month?
Yeah, what song have you been bumping for the last week? And every single one of them asked me, "Is this going on stream?" Before I even got an answer. So.
Now I want to be part of it. Let me think. The last week, the song I probably listened to Second Helping Leonard Skinner the most in the last week, and my favorite song off that has to be probably either Working for the MCA or Don't Ask Me No Questions.
That's a good one. I went ahead. I know you've heard some of what I've been listening to. I've been listening to a lot of DJ sets. No, it's unfortunately. I've been listening to a lot of DJ sets recently. I have some Skrillex bumping. Quest for Fire. Got to get some. Oh shoot! Well,
while he looks at that, we're gonna look at the game we got in front of us, which is Blizzard World. Yeah.
Time to give up. Blizzard World time.
So Miami did win that first map. If you're just joining here recently, you can look at the top left pretty convincingly, unfortunately, too, with a 2-0 point lead. Saw Ohio kind of, gain a little bit of a competitiveness in the second point of that, but unable to really finish it off there. Going to have to see them on the attack here first. Kind of going back to the first comp that we saw them play on the control point map, where they did kind of lose it. I would say. Was it a 100% sweep? Or we did cap point at all at first?
They did cap point on second. But yeah, first point, no percentage. Oh, Crazy Man G immediately picking off Winter.
That could be huge. Ohio University going to have to be really aggressive off this, try to get the point and just finish it off the pick that they can now. They're going to have to be watching out for that Reaper, though, as they use the dive comp. Gets him out into his Wraith real early. Ohio University able to get themselves on point really well. They're going to have to start defending this. Winter's going to be back soon, as they are a very mobile character, so they cannot sit on their heels as they have to be ready to defend this. As they're going to jump on right before. Winter's back already, as we see it happen right there. The contest is happening. Hack on Crazy Man G's. He's getting a lot of damage onto him. University's going to have to heal him. Fresco trying to get the pot shots that he can.
Crazy Man G is low. Looks like he's on 1. He's trying to find a health pack right now. He was just dealing with a Sombra. It looks like they left him be. He did end up finding a health pack. He should be able to get back to his team. But that was scary for a moment, of course. Tank in the back line on 1 health. Not that good. But Ohio will be able to recover that here in a moment, and they will be able to siege on point. Miami already down 2 ticks, and Ohio has a little bit more than that. Crazy Man G is getting low again. Akusora also dropping. But he's also getting a lot of damage in there, and he does end up going down to Bonesaw. You messing with that Reaper, you're going to get the horns right there. Bonesaw does get booped backward. It is not enough on the side of Ohio, though. Everybody's kind of just running away. LeBron James ends up getting the kill on the Fozzix.
It looks like he's in the back line just doing what he can, but he's not going to live much longer, and there it is right there. Winter's able to get him.
I'm going to be honest, that screams BM kill. But
hey, it was a strategic.
Reddit Lucio is what we like to call it.
Great start for Ohio University. Couldn't finish it, but you got to give it to Miami. The quick reaction, see that Winter kill, and immediately get back, let him get the 2 ticks, and save point as a whole instead of going into that fight. But Ohio University trying to see if they can just... Hey.
That's a stolen cap right there. That's great from the side of Ohio. Kind of sneaking in behind, getting that cap wall. Miami's just kind of distracted with Akusora in the back line. Crazy Man G just kind of messing around wherever, and LeBron James literally doing the jump around. So, enough of the team on point and doing what they need to do, while, Crazy Man G just got a pick, and Kabunga goes down to Fresco right there.
Miami is
important for Ohio right here.
They're unorganized. Ohio University, I'm assuming, is going to be able to get past this choke point here, which can prove to be pretty fatal to some teams. As Ohio University is able to finish off, Akusora picking up 2 himself, Fresco fishing off Fozzix. His first choke point right here. That can sometimes be a killer on some of these. If you can get a good setup there, it'll be great. So Ohio University able to really capitalize off some unorganization and being able to cap that point unknowingly from Miami, really able to help them gain some momentum on this attack.
Yeah, certainly. I would have liked to see them kept Fozix alive for a little bit longer, just to kind of stall a little bit more time, maybe push this payload 10, 15 more meters. It is what it is, but, you know, they're going to have to approach this fight, and they know they need the early pick. They need first pick. They need to push Miami back. Miami has been retreating every time they've lost first pick, and Fozix getting the first pick right here, and it does take LeBron James and Fresco down as a result.
Dexter Pittman did ult there. This is kind of a surprising ultimate. I did not realize that happened. I didn't even see where it was used, but Fozzik able to use his ultimate extremely well.
I think it was a retaliation ultimate to try and keep LeBron James alive, but I think he ended up getting hacked out of it. I'm not positive. Of course, does end up losing that ultimate, but yes, does end up losing that ultimate, and Miami only had to invest one ultimate into that kind of overwhelming team fight win right there. You had mentioned this point's very snowbally, and it's certainly something that Ohio's going to have to deal with here. Fresco pulling back.
Backside, Miami's really going to the spawn of Ohio University, not letting them come to them. Bonesaw putting in a ton of damage. Crazy Man G's not being able to really stand in his face for very long.
Yeah, the whole goal of Miami here, you know, when there is a dive comp against this, it is easiest to run a Reaper into it. It's just one of those things you can just jump on any person at any point. 2, 3 shots out of the game. It doesn't matter. Crazy Man G does get stalled a little bit. Akusor attempting to go in for a little late pick. Unable to get anything, but he does have Pulse Bomb here. And Ohio
in one very long fight was able to get their ultimate and uses it right there. Akusor is going to be going to the point. I'm not quite sure.
I don't think how long.
No, they
do see, but Ohio will be able to push this past a little choke point right here.
Ohio should be able to capitalize on this a little bit, able to either get a pick or just get some forward momentum going on right there.
They built space right there. That's all that matters.
Space, but it looks like it's going to be immediately taken by Miami once again early on.
No, Ohio has to break through here. They have to get at least one kill here. Miami's playing a very joined-up team comp, and Ohio playing more of a dive comp. It's not something that is going to go extremely well. There's a chance. You got to poke through. You got to get that early pick, and Akusor does kabunga out of the fight. No more speed boost on the side of Miami.
LeBron James getting LeBron needed by Pooter Scooter, able to even that out right there. Fresco and Winner running a little DPS brawl in the back lines right there, and it looks like Winner is able to win that fight. University again, even with the early pick from the Pulse Bomb. Unable to do too much is Crazy Man G and the Baby Diva trying to reach for the edge, but can they get there before they get killed by Winner? And no, they cannot. Akusor again taking an adventure in the backline. 6 seconds left for Ohio University to try to gain any momentum that they had at the start of this fight. Akusor with a very long.
Now I would like to see Ohio just kind of step back, regroup for a second. You got 40 seconds. There's one more team fight really here. You have to get first pick here, and we see it. Fresco picking up Winter immediately.
Lucio B-drop coming out as a reaction. I think we're going to see a Fozzico coming out here soon. 70%. Fresco's got to hit his shots here on Bonesaw to be able to get it done right there, and that's two picks for them. And it looks like those Pooters are able to go down as well. Ohio University is kind of gaining. Has to get to this point, try to get him moving, but
anybody important for that fight, Ohio got. That's all they needed. They needed to get everybody out. As long as that Lucio just ran away, they were fine. And they can just stall this right now because that Lucio is very important for Miami, and they know they have to kind of play not aggressive here, but that Lucio's definitely kind of teasing the side of Ohio. Of course, immediate hack coming out. Fozix just instantly getting one. Crazy Man G attempting to drop that ultimate in a very nice little spot, maybe hoping for one, does not get anything. Fresco unable to get damage.
Winston bubble, unable to get anything out of that. And Ohio University just getting whittled down 1v1. LeBron James getting a winner at the end there, but nobody is near to be able to contest. I think that's going to see end of right there. Ohio University able to push it about 102.26 meters just before the second point of this hybrid map. Got able to get first point, but unable to really reclaim any of the momentum they found at pretty much the very start of this map.
I think you had said it best. Once you get kind of past this first point, there's so many chokes that it's just hard to actually deal with as a team. That whole first point cap with payload is very hard to even maneuver around. There's so much range for the opposing team to just either get high ground. There's different high ground for the opposing team to get. They can siege on you whenever they want. And if they want to play in the room, they can play in the room. And you're having to walk in with 6 guns or 5 guns pointed at you. Like, it's just not something that works out very well. But we do see an interesting comp come out from the side of Miami.
I wouldn't last very long. You know how these guys are.
Okay, I'm taking a pause on that, actually. This looks like a comp that's very possible. Hooter Scooter, I have no idea if he is truly a Malga player, but we are seeing Phozix and Bonesaw kind of as a duo right here. I believe Phozix did end up playing, I think he got some time as a Mercy in some... Okay, we are seeing a switch right there. Obviously, Pharah Mercy, probably one of the... Sorry, Blizzard World, probably one of the best maps for Pharah Mercy. Just, there's extreme range on the height, the geometry of the map is just very conducive to a actual duo like that. And it does look like we are seeing some fun team comp come out from the side of Ohio here. This is a team comp that I know they're confident defending with, especially the LeBron James and Crazy Man G duo right here.
Gonna have to watch out for winners. They've already made themselves to the backline, able to get the hack or to start the hack on somebody, unable to finish it with Crazy Man G being brought down below half health. Miami and Ohio University have switched positions here on the map right now.
This is not what we want to see from Ohio right here. Kind of Blizzard World, if you flip sides,
Dexter Pittman is left all alone right here. We're going to see him go down pretty early right now. Dexter Pittman left completely alone. Akusora going down as well. Ohio University down to 3 in this last point already.
Phozix does go down to Fresco, but it might not be enough. Crazy Man G goes down as well. Ohio
Fresco
does not have
a
enough
losing fight right there. Ohio University is going to lose with only about a minute taken off the clock. I don't believe anybody will be able to really contest this. They're going to be facing a extreme uphill battle here. You know, there's no way to beat around the bush. They're going to give them about 4.5.
Unfortunately, right there, Akusora does attempt to get the kill onto Bonesaw. There is a sign in the way, unfortunately. If that street sign was not there, I believe he would have gotten that kill. Just kind of unfortunate. Of course, you got to take advantage when a opposing team does overextend, and that was certainly an overextend from the side of Miami. Unable to capitalize on that. An unfortunate road sign, or unfortunate fork in the road, possibly. I don't know. We are seeing Crazy Man G switch onto the Junker Queen right here. This is certainly a counter to what Miami's kind of playing here. That Reaper and Reaper and Winston will both not quite like going up against this. It remains to be seen if OU can get this first pick, though. That is crucial.
OU is allowing a lot of meters going towards Miami, pretty much uncontested. They are sticking to this high ground very well. LeBron James being the one to try to get some damage on the backside. But Phozix is challenging the high ground with their ultimate, able to do it pretty well. LeBron James able to get his tank out of there, but unable to get much else. Kabunga is able to get Akusora. Akusora down early in this fight and out early in this fight. Unable to provide a lot right there, but Crazy Man G is able to get Bonesaw. Bonesaw's been an extremely important asset to this Miami team, especially in this attack. The pure amount of damage he's been able to do. Winner, one around the backlines, she's right there. We see she's invisible, but they don't. But Miami at University looking like they're going to wait for Bonesaw, and they're going to pick him up almost immediately and start this push again. They have 4 minutes. There is no rush for them, and they're pretty close. They're about 12 meters away already. Ohio University has not been able to move this back very much, as I think it just started moving.
All that Ohio needs to do, or all that Miami needs to do here, is just play with advantage, and they know that. And Ohio has to just kind of stay on their toes the whole time. They have to get first pick every single time. They cannot invest ultimates when it's not necessary. And it looks like we do not see a stick, and Bonesaw gets first pick in this fight. Dexter Pittman also going down. Both healers out for the side of OU. Doesn't look like there's anyone standing in the way of the payload. Is contested momentarily, but it doesn't look like Fresco able to go
dancing around. Akusora's able to dance again. He's not going to be there. Ohio University again not showing a very competitive effort as Miami takes the hybrid map and goes up 2-0.
You know, when you get a battle of two titans, you're going to see good fight from both teams. And you know what? Both maps have been losses, but I don't think both of the maps have truly been really bad losses. There have been some rough games that we've seen this Ohio team go through before. I don't think this is the worst game at all. I actually think this game... I don't know. I was thinking back to the collegiate tournament, top 32, 1 versus 32. Ohio, of course, entering that as a 32 seed. I think that these two games are very similar. There's a lot of fight shown, and, you know, for that being the top team right now, I think there's potential to actually put a little upset right here. And, of course, we are hearing a speech from Coach back there.
Going to have to.
does look like
we do best of 3, so we're kind of in the hockey times right now. We're in the second intermission. You got 15 minutes. Whip your team into shape. You're down.
Yes, we are. Of course, this is reverse sweep territory. If you're new to Overwatch, reverse sweep is kind of
reverse sweep is anything.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, yeah, you're right. Actually,
any sports with a series, a reverse sweep can happen.
Should there be series in the NFL playoffs?
No.
Oh,
way too many games. There's a reason why they play 16, 17 games and the NBA plays 82. All right?
I'm so happy I got you on this.
Physicality of each game is different.
All right, we are seeing a couple little switches here on the side. Or, sorry, no, we're not seeing switches.
No,
from the side
switches. I think they're just switching sides. Ohio University going to have to pick the next map for them to play as well. Third map. Now we're going to Hardpoint. They don't call it Hardpoint though. It's Flashpoint.
Flashpoint. Yeah.
I wish there was just like a standard code like there was for like technology. It's like, all right, so game mode with this set of rules, we're going to call it one thing. Game with this set of rules, we're going to call it another, because it would be so easy.
I mean,
let's just go by what TF2 calls everything. I think that's a good rule set.
I just want capture the flag, like not whatever they put in the game now. Like I want.
You say that like that's not a great game mode. You say that like that's not a great game mode.
What about a custom map for capture the flag?
Okay. They've made maps for capture the flag.
No, that's just 3v3. That's 3v3 and stuff.
That's a 3v3 map. Okay, but some of those maps are built just for capture the flag. Well, you look at the architecture and you're like, wow. It is a symmetrical map with 2 sides with a huge room on each end to hold a flag.
3v3 elimination.
Yeah, but capture the flag though. I just want to commentate Lucy on ball, and that's in the summer. So like we'll never get to do that.
All right, so we are seeing a little bit of I've been hearing some strategy change from the side of Ohio behind us. They know what this map means. They've been in a couple of these before. They know what they have to do, and we've seen them execute on it once, I believe, in a situation like this. This is high pressure. If you've ever played sports, you know what it feels like to have your back up against a wall. You know what you have to do. I've done it once before. Cav, have you ever done it?
A reverse sweep?
No, not just like a reverse sweep, but like back up against a wall. You know what you have to do. Have you been able to execute on it under pressure?
Yeah, I've played sports year-round for 7 years of my life.
I just wanted him to say that. I don't know why it took him that long.
Anyway. Yeah, I've been in situations like that before.
They know what it's.
Depends on the sport, but sometimes I'll execute, sometimes I won't. Baseball, I will not execute. Baseball is not my sport. I will say that. Yeah. Ohio University taking a lot of time, really deliberated on this map, try to focus up on what we're thinking and lock in a little bit. Kabunga's letting us know Miami is in the bathroom. A little team bathroom break.
Yeah,
I think that's why they're so cohesive. They do everything together. It's like in the movie The Replacements. It's a football movie and they're in the huddle. And the first thing they do as a team, because it's a ragtag group of guys, is they shift the huddle away from someone's vomit. It's the first step, but it's a good sports movie. And I think that maybe that's what we're lacking. Maybe we're lacking team bathroom trips.
I don't even know what I'm going to say to that. Anyway,
I got something. I know what we are lacking though. Some energy.
I know. Yeah, you know.
I don't want to say it too long because I don't.
I think we'll get it here in a moment. We'll get it here in a moment.
I'm hoping we're looking for some energy out there.
We were hearing a lot of interesting calls last map. I will say that. You know, in situations like this, Saravasa looks like is what we're going to.
That is not how you spell that.
That might be the worst attempt I've ever seen at that, actually.
Roulette fresco type.
I think it's
Fozzik the zone. It's
yeah, okay. It's literally like Fozzik's making fun of it.
Definition of sound it out. Suravasa. Suravasa.
There's not a Z in it.
Suravasa. Don't make fun of my speech. Just listen.
I mean, I know. I speak good. I know. Don't worry. Stuff happens. I get it.
I speak good, yeah. What? You speak good?
I speak good, yeah.
How do you spell geometry? Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Throw back to when you started dunking on me for being in a calc class. You know, that was very funny.
Survey of calc class.
You don't need to do it again.
There's a difference.
You don't need to do it again. You know, we are seeing still some strategy come out from this OU side.
Hopefully a winning strategy. I
know.
think speaking for myself and everybody who's here watching this game.
I
the
think,
OU side.
You know, we saw a lot of what Ohio was comfortable with, and Miami was definitely comfortable playing a counter directly to what Ohio is playing. I would not be shocked to see a vastly different approach on this Saravasa map. You know, 3-point, capture point, big map, a lot of range.
A lot of action.
A lot of action.
A lot of stuff can happen there. It's a long one. It's first to 3. I mean, you got plenty of time to make a play or two, and we're going to need someone to make a play.
You know, there's one of those things, like, I've definitely seen... sorry, I just realized that they were requesting map change, and we were the leaders of the map. Whoopsies. Things happen. Anyway, game will be starting momentarily, guys. But, you know, there's a lot of off comps you can run on Saravasa. There have been a couple of those little pro tournaments that have been hosted so far by Overwatch. There was a game that I watched that had a Widow on Saravasa. At least first couple points, it's very effective. Once you get past those, it's kind of like there's not a lot of range for it, and it doesn't quite work. But, you know, there's a lot of off comps that can be ran on the side of on the side of Saravasa, I guess. Anyway, you see me struggling through my words. I know you.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, but so I would not be shocked to see an off comp run here.
We can look, but I mean, knowing the team, especially the OU team, I'm not gonna comment on a comp too seriously until they actually walk out of the room, because there have been plenty of times I thought I was gonna see a Malga play.
Yeah,
Malga.
We've wanted to see a lot of
main man Malga.
Main man Yes, Malga. Yeah.
Did that tie you up?
Yeah, it really
right.
did.
Okay.
I replayed it in my head 3 times before I said it. It wasn't good.
It looks like Ohio University is sticking with the kind of what they said. Akusora has been on that tracer pretty much the entire time. LeBron James picking up his teammates as they try to speed their way to the first point. Kabunga also on the Lucia, so they're going to head up with Miami University, able to get to the location of the point first. Crazy Man G already down to about half.
There are 2 very important things Ohio needs to look out for here. When they've been getting first pick, they need to go for Winter and they need to go for Kabunga. Both of those guys going down are very influential on the side of Miami, both for just DPS and just moving around the map. If they can get those 2 down, a fight becomes a lot easier. They still have this Phozix and Bonesaw on their sides, which both of those players are formidable opponents, but, you know, like, it's a 3v5 at that point, or it should be, and they need to continue to capitalize on that. Bonesaw does end up getting Fresco on that high ground right there. Crazy Man G does return the favor, though, and Crazy Man G gets Phozix as well. 2 going down on the side of Miami. Kabunga getting LeBron James, though. Some healers out
not done yet. Winter having this Crazy Man G one-on-one. Pooter Scooter able to finish it off on the backside. Ohio University started that fight real well, but could not finish it. Pooter Scooter and I believe Kabunga are these 2 right there. It's a 1v1 between... That's a 1v2, it looks like, but...
Yeah, no. Fresco's able to get back there. It does look like the heals...
Phozix there, Akusora left Fresco.
That's
tough. About to dry on the clothesline.
I think that Akusora believed he wraithed in. He did not. He teleported in. No easy way to get out there. Is what it is. Ohio has to regroup and go for second point. That's a very unfortunate play right there from the side of Ohio.
Started off real well for Ohio there, getting the first couple picks to them, but unable to really finish off the man Pooter Scooter out there as a tank, and just could not be able to flip the point with, I think, just just how damaged they were from the fight as it goes on. Crazy Man G going down in that fight, and when the fight to Winter. Akusora is preying on his target right here. Oh, misses the stick there. 2 elusive targets for himself, but Ohio University is trying not to let this go up. Pooter Scooter is right there. It looks like we're going to see an ultimate right there. Dexter Pittman also using his ultimate. Winter almost going down right there, but we're not going to see it. Crazy Man G not getting the healing he needs to survive the Void Storm. It is right there. LeBron James going down as well. Flashpoint is going to not go to anybody right there. Akusora hops on, but unable to do a whole lot. I don't know.
Yeah, you got to pull back here. You got to regroup. There was a couple unfortunate things we saw there. Akusora, you know, He's got those quick mouse reactions, just a little flick. I think he was trying to predict where that Lucio was going to end up, and the Lucio just kept going up. Not something you can really prep for right there. It did look like he was going to try and jump back with his teammates, and if he had done so, it would have immediately probably gotten 2 players on the side of Miami. So, of course, being at an immediate disadvantage right there, not a good thing to see. We do see the Junker Queen ultimate come out, and there's Anti on the point, and Bonesaw is low. They might be able to get him out
going down real low. Fozic trying his best to keep him alive. We're going to see a death balls come out from Bonesaw as the last-ditch effort, but Crazy G is able to put him down right there. Fozic and Winter both still alive right there, and Ohio University finally able to capture their first point of this flashpoint of this elimination game, elimination map for them.
Very important thing happened there on the side of Ohio. They kept a lot of their they didn't keep a lot of their ultimates, but they kept ultimate advantage right there. Crazy Man G was able to build up a lot of his ultimate after that first fight. This is going to be very important.
After using his ultimate, he was able to get 35%. Yeah,
certainly. Yeah, like that's a big thing, especially with Junker Queen. You know that game. He does end up getting Kabunga.
Redeeming himself right there. Fozic jumping right into point, about half the health right there. Crazy Man G going down real low. Fresco's able to get Fozic right there. Both supports are down, but Ohio University has to keep Crazy Man G alive. Unable to do so, but Pitter Scooter and Bonesaw are get finished off with the only death being Crazy Man G himself.
I heard 2 very important things from behind us right there. I heard one person. First down. Yeah. No. Just, I mean, it's one thing if you want to say comms. I immediately heard them call, I believe it was Fozix and then Pooter Scooter right after, and every single person on the team looked at those players. They know what they're doing right now. They are joined up in their thing. I say that, and that happens. It does happen, though. LeBron James, got to stay alive. Got to get away. Got to pick a decent spot to kind of hide, and he's unable to do that. Kabunga getting Fresco and Dexter Pittman almost immediately, turning it to the side of Miami at 70%.
Going down so early. I don't believe Ohio University is really going to be able to time to give a true contest to this.
They've got 15 seconds. Akusora is going to have to do some stalling of his own. I don't believe Miami knows where he is.
I mean, just the pure spacing from Miami University is really giving an advantage right there. Someone jumps on point and is able to initiate overtime. We're going to see Dexter Pittman use his ultimate right there. No retaliation ultimates coming from Miami because they don't have it. But Fozic able to use it. Akusora is going down. Pitter Scooter going down as well. That is no tank. But we are going to see a Fozic ultimate come out right here that's going to be able to stall this point for a while, keeping himself and his teammates up alive. We're going to see Bonesaw ultimate come out right there. Crazy Man G uses his ultimate to go right into the Bonesaw ultimate. But Ohio University is still on this point with just Fozic left alive, and can they get him down before his teammates come? Can they flip the point?
Ohio
go through this overtime point. They're able to go up flashpoint 1-1. I thought that Crazy Man G ultimate right into the Death Blossom was it. I thought it was over.
You know, we're on this map. That was I can't say that on stream, I don't think. You know, that would have been a fun thing to say. Anyway, I'm not going to test it.
The exact word. I think I know the exact word.
I had a phrase that was ready, and I don't think I can say that. I wish I could. Anyway, Ohio, of course, trying to get to this map or this next point first. They are not able to, but Winter is behind them, and Winter has continuously gotten himself caught out in very odd positions.
Again.
LeBron James easily finishing that. I'm not sure why he went for that. Maybe trying to build up that EMP.
Ohio University with a little bit of a pincer attack right here, trying to do what they can do. Kabunga trying to keep his team alive. Beat drops right there, but Ohio University counters with one of their own, and Bonesaw going down real low, using his race form to get away. Ohio University chasing, is able to get him down right there. Pooter Scooter left kind of alone with no healing. Uses his ultimate right there, tries to stall his point for his teammates to get him. Winter is back in the fight, uses the EMP early. But goes down get a kill as well. Fresco going down real low right there. It's going to go down to Pooter Scooter, but he's the last one left in his team as Crazy Man G is able to finish him off right there. Fresco
no team caps that. That was very important, and Fozix does get LeBron James. Everybody just has to get back to point. You got to get 30% at least out of this. Miami has 30 seconds to kind of regroup. They're all kind of staggered. They're all in weird places, but Ohio is too. You just kind of got to regroup. I would honestly even just stay on point. Just kind of try and play this little staircase right here and hope for the best. If you can get 30% out of this, you're going to be at a good spot to recontest.
We're dangerously low, real early into this fight here. Fozic's ultimate to start the fight. Dexter Pittman using his ultimate as a retaliation right there. Bonesaw going real deep into it, trying to see what he can do. We got to keep Fresco alive. He's using Death Blossom, unable to do so, but Crazy Man G's able to pick up 2 and a 3rd and a 4th with Dexter Pittman going down. Good ultimate for Crazy Man G to really start that fight and end that fight. Fozix and Dexter Pittman using their ultimates as well, Coalescence. And Ohio University, only team with an ultimate on the board, but Miami inching closer than Ohio currently.
I'm gonna be honest. If I were Crazy Man G in that scenario, I don't know if I would be able to contain myself typing "sit" in chat after that. That was all him. A lot of support from the team to get that play done, but you know, he instantly just dropped in. He got 2 immediately and got 1 more from it. He did everything he needed to do.
Early, Ohio University. Now the table roles are reversed. Miami University is the team that's going to have to try to get this overtime cap right there. Ohio University is playing this real well and are just able to take Pooter Scooter off the point physically while he's still alive, and they take the 2-1 lead in this flashpoint.
You know, this is what they needed to do. You see the team having fun. Every single person in the bottom right, they're focused up, but after every kill they've gotten, there's a smile on their face. They're ready for whatever Miami has to bring.
And they have made their way to the point and are going to solidify themselves on this location first.
Yes, they have, and it looks like they might be able to just immediately cap this first. I wouldn't.
I'm not sure. Miami is right there. I think we're going to see a big fight happen on this room. Winter has changed off the Sombra onto the Cassie, going for a beach up immediately. LeBron James keeping his team alive. Calabunga can retaliate with his own ultimate soon, and we're going to see if he uses that in his room, and that he does. Ohio University down on the health pool right there, as you see Akasor going down. Dexter Pittman real low, and he gets dropped as well by Winter, showing a good ROI on that switch to Cassia right there. It's Crazy Man G calls it a lost cause and moves on.
Crazy Man G made a pretty bad movement mistake there. When Miami was walking forward, they did not care he was in the hallway. They wanted what was behind him. He was hoping that the supports would kind of collapse in on him, and they did not. They did not focus on him at all. No one focused on him. Everyone ran past him. You know, just one of those things when you're facing a team, like they know their target priority, they know who they want, and of course Bonesaw just using an immediate ult right here to just kind of shut down whatever OU was starting. But he definitely went into that fight knowing what he had to do, or their whole team went in knowing what they had to do, and Crazy Man G just letting it all pass by him, hoping he could get something out of it, and he was unable to.
Ohio University was backed up into their spawn there in that fight. Going to have to kind of start contesting this now at 70%. If they lose this next team fight, it's going to be hard for them to contest this in overtime.
Yeah, I would.
A couple ultimates on their side as well. 3 with the 4th one coming soon.
This is a throw the kitchen sink fight. I honestly, if I were Akasora, I'd just be going behind.
That's what Dexter Pittman's doing right now. We do see a Fozzik retaliation ultimate with his own coalescence. Fresco using his ultimate, unable to get too much. Winner using High Noon, able to get the first kill of this fight with all these ultimates going on. And we do see an overtime going on right now. And the void from Pooter Scooter, I believe that's going to pretty much take this, confirm this fight for Miami as they tie it up 2-2. Next flashpoint wins, I'm correct?
Yes, next flashpoint wins. Akusora, of course, got low there at the end, almost going down. But, you know, Ohio still has ults on their side. I say that, maybe they don't. I'm looking at it now.
They have one ult, but I think it's pretty even across
It's very even across the board. They need to keep, of course, you know, since Winter switched, they're not instantly getting that 4v5 advantage. Winter was getting into very weird positions and just going down. He's once again playing an immobile character. We do see a Crazy Man G.
Like a lot of negative effects going on to this team right there. And Pooter Scooter getting the brunt of it right now. He is almost getting Crazy Man G and LeBron James going down right now. This is not a lost fight for Miami as Akasor goes down as well. Miami is able to flip this from the disadvantage to an advantage. Ohio University loses a fight that looked confirmed with a great ultimate from Crazy Man G.
Yeah, that Crazy Man G ultimate immediately did what it needed to do. I think the supports both kind of stopped focusing on him for a second, but when that Junker Queen uses that ultimate, your supports kind of have to immediately kite to him to just make sure he stays alive. Did not stay alive. That was kind of an important piece right there. Of course, he was able to get a nice, couple nice little hits off onto Bonesaw, but it just ended up not being enough. Akusora does have this pulse bomb, and it looks like he's going to use it here. Of course, kind of got to get into this fight before 50%. Somebody is stuck. Akusora does get
Ohio University using this advantage, going right into a Death Blossom going out. We're going to see Fozzik using his own Coalescence ultimate, able to get Dexter Pittman. Fresco getting Fozzik himself, but he's real low and having to retreat, but not being able to stay alive very long. Akasor gets Winner. Fozzik's going down. Crazy Man G should still be alive and in this fight, but he is not very healthy. He's not going to be able to be a lot of help until he gets some sort of health on his way. But we're going to see Kabunga ult to really kind of save this point for his team and force Ohio University in a really bad spot. Pooter Scooter is going to go down, and I believe Ohio University is going to be able to get back to it just slightly faster. But they're not going to be able to really get there. They're going to have to do a really weird job of doing all these that we're going to see just an immediate Death Blossom push going around the point. I'm going to get anybody high noon going to clear the point right there. Aquasaur is going to go down. We're going to see nobody else being able to get on the point. Miami wins on a Flashpoint 100% final.
Yeah, you know, that was, I think, the closest map we've seen all year from the side of Ohio. At least, closest map overall. They did a lot right. I don't know if that was quite team misplays. I don't think that was quite team miscues. There's a lot of good people on the side of Miami. There's a lot of good people on the side of Ohio. I think they, on a different night, that map might have been different, and I think if that map fell the way of Ohio, we could have seen something truly great tonight. Ends up not quite being that level of greatness, but, you know, we go again next week. We've got next week, we got the week after that, and then I think the week after that, and then 2-week break, and then playoffs. So
it's the week after that, the week after that, the week after that, the week after that. Am I hearing that correct?
Yeah.
Cool. I just want to make sure.
Gosh. Well, what did you like tonight?
What I like? Oh, well, let me say this first. You could agree, disagree with me, but when, you know, this is a tie for one team and they need a second team, I believe, still are tied for second. I'm not sure the rankings will fall out after this. I think the goal for the game is minimizing mistakes. I think Miami just did a better job at that tonight.
I would actually very much agree with that. Miami knew that as long as if they were down a person, they needed to pull out or pull back. Just make sure you're regrouped, make sure everything's together. Ohio would try to seize on those opportunities, and it just wasn't something that was quite feasible in the situation. Is what it is. We go again next week. Believe we will be seeing you guys on Tuesday, maybe Thursday. Might be a doubleheader, not positive. But, you know, I think that's a good note to send us off on. Do you agree?
I would say so, yeah.
We'll see you guys next week.